Well, good afternoon again. It's Sunday afternoon, and it was a gorgeous day today. I'm gonna try to keep my message this week really positive because I'm feeling kind of good. It was such a gorgeous, beautiful day. So, what's going on this week? Um, well, the biggest news, perhaps, at least one piece of big news that was not negative, is in fact, was very positive, is our new dean of the School of Medicine, vice president for health sciences, started his first day on Monday. He had a very, very busy week. Mark Schweitzer came from State University in New York at Stony Brook, and just so happy to have him. I can't mention the new dean without mentioning Jack Sobel and just the fabulous job that he did as dean of the medical school. I'm so grateful, and Jack is just the consummate gentleman, the consummate doctor, just one of the greatest guys that I know, and I just can't wait until we're able to properly celebrate him when we can get together for some sort of reception or something. Just a class person. Well, we had our commencement, virtual commencement, on Thursday. At least many of the colleges did, not all of them. It was interesting having to do it virtually. I have seen a number of graduates in their caps and gowns with their families. Excuse me. Excuse me. With their cap and gowns, touring the campus and taking pictures. And as Jacqueline and I walk the campus, sometimes they recognize me and would take a picture with them. It seemed a little strange because we were always practicing social distancing, and so a picture with 3 people, let's say, with 6 feet apart, it's just an interesting concept. But again, that's just the times that we're in. Different places have done these virtual commencements differently. I was able to be in my full regalia, not for our commencement exercises, but I was a keynote speaker, the commencement speaker for University of Texas Southwestern Medical Center. And theirs was a little bit more formal, and so I got in my full regalia and gave the commencement speech. So that was interesting. It was shown on YouTube yesterday. And then finally, I mentioned that it was a beautiful day today, and certainly the governor relaxing some of her restrictions couldn't have been timed better, because people were certainly taking advantage of it, and particularly the restriction on bikes. And I went out to Belle Isle with Jacqueline and did a little cycling, and there were quite a few people out there. Everybody was still being very safe with physical distancing, and I didn't see any large packs of cyclists. Many were wearing face masks, as was I. So it was a responsible behavior, but it was obvious people were enjoying themselves, and it was nice to be out. I mentioned last week that somebody complained that I should stop talking about books and talk about cycling. So for that person, I've got a little something this week. So my main bike, I actually took to the bike shop. I think it was the very, very first part of March. It might have been the end of February even, thinking that I would be able to get it out and start cycling in mid-March, late March. But obviously, the COVID-19 hit, and we've been homebound, and bike shops have all been closed. I think you know that the bicycle shops is one of the things that can open now, but boy, I tell you, the wait to get your bike service now is unbelievably long. There's such a pent-up demand. Luckily, I was able to get my bike in very early, so it should be ready. But I rode my other bike today, a training bike. It's a single speed bike. And you might wonder, what's a single speed bike? Well, it's a great bike for training because unlike regular bikes, there are no gears, and the pedals, you have to keep pedaling because you can't stop, you can't coast. And so think of it as like a bicycle at a sprint class where it just keeps going, so you have to keep pedaling. Well, the advantage of that is that in a regular bike, as you go faster and faster, the tendency is that you're going to shift gears and go to a higher gear. You go to a higher gear, and that means that your cadence is going to slow down a little bit as you get into a higher gear with more resistance. Well, with a single speed bike, you can't do that because you don't have any other gear, so you got to go faster. Your legs have to go faster. And our muscles have muscle memory. So when you go back to your regular bike, then as you go faster, your muscles are trained to go faster or a faster cadence, and you're not as anxious to shift to a higher gear, so that overall your cadence is going to be a little bit faster, and that's a better technique for cycling. So anyway, I'm riding the training bike right now, the single speed, until I can go and pick up my regular bike. But anyway, I'm in such a great mood today because I was able to go cycling. First cycling that I've done in Michigan this year. So let's keep everything positive. Let's continue to practice safe distance, but enjoy your week. I do want to end with my book, as always. So the book I'm reading now is called Crooked Letter by Tom Franklin. It's set in rural Mississippi, and it's a collision of racism, of fear, of family secrets, and ultimately of friendship in rural Mississippi. So I'm only about a third of the way in it, but it's a nice light read, and it was a New York Times bestseller. So I can't remember who recommended it, but I'm enjoying it. Thank you very much. See you next week.